Hi, welcome to Professor Kev Show. Got my buddy Sid and I'm on with us from Connextgen. Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us.
I appreciate the time. So jump right in. Tell us a little bit about the business.
Of
Why did you
course.
start it?
So initially, Connextgen used to be a program where we used to provide high school internships to high school students. So what we used to do initially is that we used to ask local college labs and local, universities, some local companies as well to provide internships to students. But we found out that wasn't really working well. So we kind of shifted the preface a little bit. And the reason why we actually even started Connextgen in general is because Armand and I, we both go to a kind of an athletic school, St. John's High School in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. Notably here, a lot of the kids here, they are pretty much committed to like one sport, right? Like whether it's running, it's track, it's basketball. They don't really have time to figure out what kind of interest that they have and what kind of fields that they want to pursue. So both of us, we acknowledge this fact, and we had no idea when to apply for internships. We didn't know what we wanted to do, and nobody was really helping us either. So what we decided to do was kind of create some initiative where we could either A, which is what it used to initially be, give kids internships, or B, which is what it is now, educate people on how to get internships.
I
Yeah.
like that because I find a lot. I was chuckling at your answer in a good way because I have students reach out. Can you get me an internship? It's hard, to find, especially for high school students. But I like the fact that you're educating them on how to do it for themselves. Because if they really want it, they'll do the steps you're telling them to do versus just, hey, you're a professor, and I don't do research. I'm not that type of a professor. But every time I get all these messages all the time, like I don't know of any either and stuff. So I really like the direction you're going in. I
Thank you.
look at you had a follow-up comment I'm on.
Yeah, no, just like to kind of follow up on that. Like internships in high school kind of have these like status associated with them. So like in terms of like preparing for a job, like getting career insight, like not all high schoolers like have an idea of what they want to do yet. And that's why like having an internship can just be like so useful into just trying new things and getting like new perspective on that. But also like when it comes to like college applications, like yeah, like high school like internships look great. And like there's like a reason like a lot of like high schoolers nowadays, like all of them like kind of want internships. They kind of want to like try some new things. And like we were kind of in that same boat, like as like I don't know if Sid mentioned, but in, like freshman year, we were like
Yes.
looking for internships. Like we didn't exactly know where to go. Like you mentioned, like a kid's like a spree of like DMing people on like LinkedIn or like emailing, but like it's kind of an unclear process. And that's why like we try to like aim to demystify that with Connextgen.
And just to add on to that, like like a lot of like the job networking platforms like LinkedIn or Twitter or all of these like social platforms, none of them are specifically actually designed to help high school students, get their name out. So it's a really confusing process, like we said, and all we wanted to do is just simplify it and make it easier for people to figure out what kind of passions they had so they would get a better idea about what they want to do in the future.
I was chuckling in a good way. I had a student get an internship and he absolutely hated it and then got mad when I said, that's good.
Yeah.
He's like, Kev, were you listening to me, buddy?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, now you know what you don't want to do. And that's an important thing too, especially
Mhm.
when you're still in high school or freshman in college. It helps you find your direction. So I liked your comments about trying different things because you may not even be aware of that opportunity. I don't think it's a match for you for different reasons until you do it and stuff. So how are you helping people then? Tell me a little bit more about like how you're helping them get this information.
Yeah. So the first step of it is we're trying to develop like an online course. So there's like a lot of resources online about like different like skills that you need. So like for example, like writing a cover letter, writing a resume, preparing for an interview, except all these aren't like really consolidated. They're not standardized or in one place. So like what we're developing right now is a massive like online course that we're hosting on our own website. So we're kind of like developing a curriculum that takes information from all these sources, puts it together in one place and makes it easy for high schoolers to access and consume. And we're developing that right now, but our website is live and the course will also be live in the next few weeks.
That's super helpful because sometimes the information contradicts each other too.
Yeah.
One person's, oh, this is how you should write a resume or cover letter. Then you flip to the next Google site and it has something different. So to have that one-stop shop, I can go and learn what I need without having to search or maybe get even faulty information would definitely be helpful. So crystal ball time. What are you hoping to accomplish in the future?
I think that we kind of just want to help like spread the impact a little bit, right? So I guess to kind of sum everything up, I just want to like say without our team, we definitely couldn't have done what we're trying to do. Like to give a little bit more context, in our actual operations, we have 3 separate teams. One team, like Armand said, is to design the website platform, which is the online job curriculum. We have a second team that's kind of focused on marketing or fundraising. And our third and final team is the people who are going and asking different student representatives from different schools to go set up, Connextgen clubs so that they can kind of spread the word a little bit too. What we're trying to do right now is we're trying to meet around, I believe, 30 schools in or 30 high schools specifically in Massachusetts by around November or like November, December. So that's kind of like a little bit of the prime time to go apply for all the internships, summer internships, all that kind of stuff. So we're just trying to reach that number for now.
Yeah, and also like to provide some more context in the clubs. So while we have this curriculum, we also like want to have kind of more like hands-on workshops where kids can kind of like collaborate, work together on these kinds of things. And while that service on the website is always there are like just some things that may not necessarily be easy to just like convey over like text. Like for example, like preparing for an interview or like writing an essay, like having like a group kind of work together on that, like have an in-person workshop and just like go through the motions of it. Like that can be really helpful for students. So that's what we're trying to like set up these different clubs at schools nearby.
Makes sense. What's the best way for people to reach out to you if they want to learn more, guys?
They can type in connextgen.org on the URL, or they can email connextgenproject@gmail.com.
And we're also available on socials. So we have Instagram and LinkedIn.
Awesome. I appreciate you both taking a few minutes to call into the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Perfect.
you.
Thank you for having us.
Of course.